Hi everyone, welcome to 2024 session. Um, Software development. Software development. First and foremost, what before I go into software development, we need to understand what is software is. For instance, if you are being asked what is software, you can say, software is this, software is that. Then once you now understand what software is, then you'll be able to understand what software development is all about. Are we together? So now the first thing is, what is software? What is software? A software is a group of programs that are used to execute a task on the computer system. In a layman language, you can say software is a group of programs that are used to execute a task on the computer system. Now, if I say software is a group of programs that are used to execute a task on the computer system, then the next question now goes, what is a program? What is a program? A program is a line of instruction. That the computer follow to execute a task. Now this may look cumbersome because we said a software is a group of programs that are used to execute a task. Now we are saying a program is a line of instruction that the computer follow to execute a task. Now let's give a similitude here. If I go to the farm, a hoe can be used in the farm to carry out an activity. A hoe is a farm tool that can be used to carry out a task in the farm. It is being used in farming activities. Okay, now I'm just trying to give you a similitude to what a program and a software is. Now I'm trying to say that farming tools, a hoe is a farm tool, right? Is a farm tool used to carry out used in farming activities. Now we also have what? A cutlass is also used, isn't it? Is also used. A tractor and so on, many more, and so on and so forth. Now, what I'm trying to say is that if you observe, a hoe is a farm tool. It's used to carry out a work. Now, we are saying a cutlass is also used in farming activities. A tractor is also being used in carry out activities. Even a knapsack is used. Now, all of these are we can say all of these are a group of farm tools that are being used to what? To carry out a farming activities. But each and every one of these farm tools, they play a specific role in what? In the farm. What a hoe can do, a cutlass will do it, and what a cutlass will do, what a tractor can do, a cutlass can do it. Same thing with what? With the knapsack. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say here. All of these tools are being used in the farm to carry out what? A task. But each and every one of these farm tools play a crucial role. Now you get what I'm trying to say. If we say a group of programs, now we have several programs. Are we here? We have what? We have several programs. Several programs. Now let me explain better. We have softwares like what? We have softwares like Microsoft Word, MS Word. In fact, we even have Phoenix. We have Google Chrome. We have what? What else do we have? We even have what's it called? Notepad. All of these are softwares. We even have what? The calculator. The calculator is a software on the phone. The calculator is a what? Is a software on the phone. Now, these are all softwares, right? They are all softwares. Now let me give you now programs. Programs are what? Are lines of instruction. Now what are programs? Example of programs are what? Are C#. Examples of programs. Examples of programs are what? C#. We have C++. We have the PHP. We have Java. We have Python. We have even JavaScript, separate JavaScript. We have HTML. We have CSS. We have what? We also have and so on. Now, all of these are programs that are used in developing a software. Are we together? All of these that I just mentioned here are programs that are used to develop a software, and each and every one of these programs plays a crucial role in what? In a software, in software development. Are we together? Alright, so I'm going to explain better, but the first thing I'm going to explain here is the HTML and the CSS. I'm going to explain this moving on in our class. Okay, good. So but the rest, this is just going to give you a blueprint what a program is and what a software is, because many a times we get confused when we hear the word a program software. Sometimes we hear a software program, and it's quite confusing. It's quite ambiguous whenever we hear such kind of words, because you get confused. Okay, software programs, you get confused. But when I explain what a program is, then you get to understand it better. Alright, so let's proceed. Software development. What is software development? Software development is a dynamic and multifaceted process that involves designing, coding, testing, debugging, and maintaining software systems and applications. The process of designing, coding, testing your software, debugging, and maintaining the systems and applications is software development. We are going to carry out a practical example of what a software development is. But before that, let's proceed. I'm still going to explain all of this. It encompasses a series of activities aimed at creating, deploying, and maintaining high-quality software to meet specific user needs or address particular business objective. Now, for every software, it always meets what a need of the users. There's always an aim and objective for every software. Microsoft Word purely designed for what? For word processing. It's not a graphic software. It's being used for what? Word processing, and that's it. CorelDRAW is what? Is mainly for graphics. It has what? A specific need. Now, even the JAM software that we even have, the exam software, JAM software that are being used for what? For JAM. It has its own what? Specific needs that meet the needs of the users. Do we understand ourselves? Okay. So now, an overview of the key aspects of development, requirement analysis. Now, understanding and documenting the needs and expectations of end users or stakeholders. Understanding and documenting the needs and expectations of end users. Now, it is being expected. Let's give an example of the JAM software that students use. Once you log in, you'll enter your registration number. It is being expected that when you enter your registration number on the system, it takes you to what? To your CAS. Like, it takes you to just log in with your registration number, and it's logged in as what? As your name. Let's assume your name is Adamu Musa. You enter your registration number, you are logged in as what? Adamu Musa. Once the registration number of Adamu Musa is being logged into the system, and you see your passport photograph at the right hand side of what? Of the screen, showing that what? That is you. So that is one of the requirements of what? Of that software. And another requirement for that software is what? Is that when you click on an answer, if you want to change it, you should be able to change it. It shouldn't be that you can't change it. This is another requirement of what? Of that program. Thirdly, now it is also expected that you can use what? The keyboard to navigate to another question. You can use what? The keyboard, and you can also use what? The mouse. These are what? Are requirements. And this another requirement that is very crucial there is what? Okay, the time frame. Once your time is up, it will automatically submit. These are requirements of what? Of the software. Business software. Someone wants to design a business software. As a software developer, you already ask, okay, what is the requirements for your business software? I want it to be that once I post something today, everyone sees it. Anyone that wants to buy it, once you click buy, it's just going to DM me on my WhatsApp. Payment transfer should be automated on the system, on the e-commerce platform, that is going to be made easy. Even if somebody wants to you want to deliver it at the comfort of your home, everything should be automated on the system. All of these are what? Are requirements. And you what? As a software developer, you document it and you make sure that it meets the end users. Are we together? Alright. Defining the features and functionalities that the software should deliver. Features and functionalities, how your software should behave, all the functions that it needs to have, all the functions that your software needs to have. When you log in, it should show, welcome, thanks for patronizing, let's say, CBM Campus, welcome to CBM Campus website. What we do, the first thing that someone should see when the person log in the website, these are one of the features. When you want to contact us, once you click on the contact us, the button should change red. You should do this, you should do that. All of these are features and functionalities. Now, design. Creating a blueprint or architectural plan for the software based on the requirements. Now, once your client has shown you that this is what he or she needs to, as as a software. So what you need to do as a software developer is to what? Is to design, create a blueprint that matches with what he or she needs. Now, if there is any adjustment on that, he will tell you, oh, there needs to be an adjustment on this because of our customers. This is what we need to do on this. This is what we need to do. But you, as a software developer, needs to create a blueprint, an architectural plan for the software based on the requirements. Now, it's specifying how different components of the system will interact, how different of the system will interact. If I log in, let it be that it save my database. Anybody that log in to the website, let it be that I save the person's database. Nobody can use the same number twice. One of the components, nobody can do this, nobody can do that. Specify what different components of the system, how it interacts. Designing the user interface and the user experience, how the user should interact. It should be made easy. Once you just click on it, it should show you, go to this place, click on this button to take me to what. If, for example, you want to buy contact us, click on the contact us button, it's going to give you an address, and so on and so forth. The user interface, designing the user interface and user experience is very, very crucial in developing a software. Translating the design into actual code using programming language. Translating the design into actual code using programming languages. Now, the computer usually understands what? The computer used to understand. The computer is made of ones and zeros. Where are we together? Where one is what? Where one is on and zero is off. I just want you to understand. A layman will not understand this. This is usually seen in what? In stabilizers, on systems, in most digital systems of today. You are going to see the button. You are going to see 1, you are going to see 0. So the 1 is what? The on, and the 0 is what? Is the off. That's aside. Now let me explain what I'm trying to say. If for instance you go to a place, and you want to get a job done, you go to a place, let's assume you go to the northern part of the state, northern part of Nigeria. You have a house, you want to paint it blue. In another room, you want to paint it red. Now, the painter that you are calling does not understand English. What do you need to do? The person understands what? Hausa. So it is Hausa that you will use to interact with the person. Okay, let's assume you give the contract to someone who understands English. Now, the person that understands English is going to translate all what you have said, how you said it, and how you want that job to be done into the language that the Hausa man understands. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that if, for example, you want to develop a software, it has already been put down. The architectural plan has already been designed. The client has given you a framework that this is what he or she needs. What do you do? The computer you can't just say, computer, I want my system to have a user interaction and it's going to happen that way. No, it's not. That's not how it works. How does it work? The computer understands several programming languages, and among them is what I listed here: the C#, the C++, PHP, Java, Python, and so on and so forth. And HTML, I'm going to explain how HTML can be used, translating designing into actual codes and using programming languages. Translating designs into actual codes using programming languages. Just like what I told you earlier. The painter guy understands Hausa. Now the client, the contractor the person you are contracting the job to understands English. Now the contractor also understands Hausa, but however, he's not going to converse or tell the person what you said in English because he or she does not understand. So what is he going to do? He's going to what? He's going to translate what you have said into English. This is what I'm trying to say. A similitude of what I'm trying to say here. Or what I'm trying to say. I said, I said, when you travel and acquire a house in the northern part of the states, Now, you want to paint your house. You contract. You want to paint your house. You want to paint your house in a particular style. Now, when you contract that job, to someone, to Mr. A, let's say Mr. A, to Mr. A. And now, Mr. A is going to translate everything that you have said into Hausa, because the Mr. Painter is a Hausa man who only understands Hausa language. Now you can see here from what I said, you can understand here that now you that wants to get your house painted in a particular style, and you contract that job to Mr. A, and now Mr. A is going to translate everything that I have said into Hausa, because the Mr. Painter is who only understands the Mr. Painter is a Hausa man who only understands what Hausa language. Now, what am I trying to say? When you get a job, and you want to contract, and when you want to design a software, and you want the computer to design it for you, the computer understands a particular language. Now, the software developer is going to translate all that design that you have said into actual codes using programming language that the computer understands. Are we together? Alright. I'm still going to explain that. Testing and fixing errors. Identifying and fixing errors, bugs in code, verifying that software functions are intended, verifying that the software functions as intended, meaning that you test that the software meets the standard as it has been actually intended. For example, I want the software to be in a particular way. After the software has been developed, does it meet the standard as it has been intended? Conducting various types of testing, such as unit testing, integration, and system testing. All these are various types of testing that are going to be done to be sure that it's working excellently and perfectly well. Deployment, releasing the software for use by end user within an organization, ensuring a smooth transition from development to production, meaning from the time of translating those designs into actual code using programming language down to when it's being done and it's being released for users to use. That is what it means by ensuring a smooth transition from development towards to production, managing updates and patches. As we see on our phone, so in most cases, every 6 months, every year, every software was updates their software. Every software updates their software to ensure what that they block loopholes for cyber attacks, to block loopholes for what for attacks on the software. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So maintenance, addressing this issue and bugs that arise post-development, post-deployment, meaning after software has been released and what there is an issue with the software, you how to address that issue with the software. Giving an instance of what of the INEC software of the INEC website that was being attacked. It was the INEC's site was attempted. Attackers attempted to hack into the system for up to over 150 times. Over 150 times. So now addressing that issues that's happened, what did the INEC did? They shut down the site during that attack. So they shut down the site. Addressing that issue is what is maintenance. Addressing issues and bugs that arise post deployment. The word post deployment here simply means after release, after being released to. The word post deployment here simply means after being released to the end users. Do we understand? That's what the word post deployment simply means. When something is being released after, when something is after being released to the end users. That is what post deployment simply means. Do we get? Alright. So making improvements or adding new features based on users' feedback. After making improvements, you make improvements addressing issues. There was a loophole here. When I tried to log in, there were so many ads that was taking me to several websites that I don't even know of. So you address all those issues that users are having with the internet, with the sites or with the software. Making improvements and adding new features based on what? On the user feedback. Keeping the software up to date with technology changes. Of course, all of these are what are required. So all these are what are maintenance. Planning and scheduling tasks and milestones, allocating resources effectively, monitoring progress. These are what project management. Planning and scheduling tasks and what are milestones. Allocating resources effectively, monitoring progress and managing risks. Assuming there is a business is an e-commerce platform. The department that posts the goods are separate from the management that responds to you when you have the help desk management, the ones that post, the one that address issues, you want to buy something, the ones that are there responsible to get that delivered. All of these are several departments. How are all of these being integrated into the system? How can all of this be integrated into the system? That is what we mean by project management. Do we understand ourselves? Okay. So now, like I said earlier, I was going to explain what the word software and what the word program simply means. Now, this is Notepad. Notepad is a text editor. Notepad is a text editor for programming language. Notepad is a text editor for writing codes. decoded and understood by the web browser. Do we understand ourselves? Notepad, we have several web editors. Notepad is a text editor for writing codes that can be decoded and understood by web browsers. We have several web browsers. I don't want to go into that. I don't want to digress so that I don't get you confused. But as I proceed, you get to understand what a text editor for writing codes are. So now I want to create a website that a simple website that has what I want to create a simple website, that has a background color, red, that is going to also show, and it's also going to show thanks for visiting this page. Sorry. Are we here? Thanks for visiting this page. Now, this is what we just want to happen. Now, if I say this to the text editor, it's not going to exactly show me what I want. So, what do I do? Class, please, I want us to take, and also I'm going to tell you, I'm also going to explain what we mean by front end, because in software development, we have in software development, we have what? The front end and the back end development. Now, what are the difference between these two? I'm just going to explain quickly before I explain HTML. Now, the front end is what the users can see and play with and navigate through. While the back-end development is what is used to design the user interface. In essence, what is the user interface? The front end. Now, what I'm going to show you now is what I'm going to show you the front end. I'm also going to explain what the back end also means. Are we here? Alright. So now we have a task to do. A simple website that has what? A background color of blue and what? Also shows thanks for visiting this page. Also going to show you welcome to, and it's also going to show you and it's also going to show you welcome to CBN campus in bold. Please, do we understand ourselves? This is, we just have a task here. Have a task here. These are what we want to execute. So how do we do that? If you just write this to the computer, of course it's not going to understand what you want it to do. So there are languages that the computer understands. Just like I said about the Mr. Painter and the Hausa man, the Hausa man who's the Mr. Painter, and the man that traveled and acquired a house in the northern part of Nigeria, wanting to get his job done. So now I'm about to show you a similitude of that. Do you understand? Okay, alright. So now, this is Notepad, and like I said earlier, it's a text editor. So now let's start. HTML, head, these are codes. I'm going to explain all of this later on. All of these are languages. I'm just indirectly talking to the computer system. this is just I'm interacting with the computer system now. Head. Sorry. So I need to close my HTML. Home. So we have what? Title. What is going to be the title of your website? Title. What else? Style. The style can be anywhere. Metaclassics. Here we are trying to execute a task here, the body. So now what do we want? So the first task is what? It's going to show a simple website with the background color of red. So what do? We come to the styling. We want the body to what? We want the body background color of what? Background color of what? Of red. Sorry. This is what we want, right? Alright, so the next task that we want is what? It's also going to show welcome to CBN campus in bold. So this is the first thing we do, a paragraph. We usually call all of this HTML syntax. So We want it in bold. Let's do that first. Let's do that. Bold. What else do we want? We want it in bold. So what do we want? We want what? We want CBN Campus. Welcome to CBN Campus. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to CBN Campus. This is what you want, right? Okay, so now we have to save your documents. So now I'm gonna save this in desktop, HTML tutorial. Save it as HTML tutorial. Now when you want to save, you save it as, of course it's gonna show you all file here, but take note of all of this. We call this file extension. There's what we call file extension. Now file extension is what ends a file and show you what do you use. It's file extension that determine the application that you use to open that particular file. For example, a .docx file, I'm going to still explain this. It's quite confusing, but let's just do this first. HTML, because we want to view it in the web. HTML, is this the document? So this document, sorry. Right, so yes. HTML tutorial, so we save. So let's come here. This is it. You can see it's HTML tutorial showing what? The logo of Google Chrome. So now we open, let's see what we've done. Can anyone see anything? I really can't see. We can only see a background color of red. But the rest thing that needs to show, it's not there. Why is that? Now let's go back and see what went wrong. Let's see. Is it from here? So now refresh. It's not still showing. What do we do? Let me do this. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. P font size. So whenever you are having a challenge, it's usually due to one or two errors that you have done. body tag, body tag, let's see this. Let's see span. Something must be wrong somehow. Okay. Could have been this. Okay, if this is working, let me close this and see. Body tag, span, welcome to CBN Campus Essential. But let's just leave this for now. Let's just leave this for now. We leave this. We leave this. We leave this. But meanwhile, let's assume you want to give the body a color. At least you do give the body a color. What do? Background color. Red. Are we together? Then you close. Then you save. Once you save, you go back and you refresh. It gives you this. So for now, this is where we are going to stop for today. When next we come, I explain more how you translate design into actual code using programming language. Thank you.